Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing my complete Queen collection. I did a video on my Queen collection I think last summer, back in June I believe, but it wasn't a complete collection. But now I have a complete collection now. I have all their studio albums and a few other things as well, so yeah. So yeah, this might be a long video because I do have quite a lot of Queen stuff to show you. So yeah, I'll start off with the CDs. So this is Queen's brilliant debut album. So yeah, pause if you want to see the track listing. But yeah, you got Keep Yourself Alive. It's probably my favourite, and Liar, Doing Alright. They're all great, really. I'm not going to show the booklets because the video would be too long if I did that, but I'll show you the discs. So yeah, it's Queen 1. Well, it's just called Queen, but I call it Queen 1. Then we've got Queen 2. It's a great album. I think this is a really underrated album. You know, if you're only familiar with like their hits, you're going to be taken aback at how heavy this is. Like, this is more of a progressive rock album, I would say. Well, it definitely does have elements of prog and metal. And yeah, great songs on here. Father to Son, Ogre Battle, really heavy songs. There's not really any hits on it, except for Seven Seas of Rye, which I think everyone knows that song. Apart from that, there's not really anything on here that's well known. But yeah, it's a great album. I love all their albums, really. Yeah, they're all just so unique in their own way. Sheer Heart Attack, one of my favourite Queen albums. This was their first commercial hit, I would say, because this has more hits on it. It's got Killer Queen, Now I'm Here, Stone Cold Crazy, Flick of the Wrist, Brighton Rock. Just so many great songs. And this one probably is my favourite, Night of the Opera. And this was the album that, you know, this is the album that really did put them out there. This, of course, has Bohemian Rhapsody, which Bohemian Rhapsody's been played to death. I mean, I love Bohemian Rhapsody, I do. It's a terrific song, but it's not one of my favourite Queen songs, just because I've heard it so many times. But there's also Death on Two Legs. That's probably one of my favourite Queen songs. But yeah, this is a great album. Well, they're all great. Like, in my opinion, I don't think Queen really did a bad album. I've got Day at the Races. So this is like considered the sequel to Night of the Opera. Got Somebody to Love on here. I don't think it's quite as great as Night of the Opera, but it's still a great album. It's still a great album, just not as good as Night of the Opera. But and this also has a bonus EP, so you get some extras on here. So that's the album, and then that's the bonus disc. So you get some live recordings on here and some alternate mixes, so that's pretty good. Can't say I've listened to the bonus disc really. I just listened to the album. And next one is News of the World, another one of my favourites. It has We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions on it, but you know, those songs are great, as we all know, but the deep cuts on here are way better, like Sheer Heart Attack, which was recorded for the Sheer Heart Attack album, but didn't make it on to the album. It's Late, Sleep on the Sidewalk, Spread Your Wings, just some great songs. Got Jazz, Another great album. And of course, it's got Fat Bottom Girls, Bicycle Race, Don't Stop Me Now. But my favourite on here is If You Can't Beat Them. I love that song. It's a great deep cut. And then next one is The Game, their first album of the 80s. Yeah, this is great. It's got another one, Bites the Dust, Play the Game, Save Me, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Dragon Attack. Yeah, this is amazing. And then we have the soundtrack to Flash Gordon, which they recorded. There's only 2 proper songs on here, like Flash's theme and The Hero. Everything else is instrumentals that they recorded. It's still great, you know. It's not one of my favourites because, you know, it's mainly an instrumental album, but you know, the instrumentals are still really good. I actually do enjoy listening to them. I've not actually seen the movie yet. You know, I'm interested. You know, I want to see the film. Apparently it's a cult classic. Yeah, it's a good album. It is great. And the next one is what's considered the worst Queen album, Hot Space. But I like this album. I don't think it's that bad. I like Staying Power. That's a great song. Body Language. I know a lot of people hate that song. I think it's a good song. Put Out the Fire. Back Chat. Calling All Girls. It's got Under Pressure on here, of course. It's collaboration with David Bowie, which is an excellent song. This also comes with a bonus disc. And one of the tracks is Soul Brother, which was the B-side of Under Pressure. And yes. Great. So yeah, I think it's a great album. I don't think it deserves the hate. Got The Works. Another fantastic album. Radio Gaga's on here. It's a Hard Life. Hammer to Fall. I Want to Break Free. And then Kind of Magic. This was the album that got me into Queen. I originally had this on a cassette tape. And yeah, I just wore out that tape. I think the tape got chewed up. But yeah, I just love this album. Got One Vision, which is one of my favourite Queen songs. Kind of Magic. Who Wants to Live Forever. Princes of the Universe. 1 Year of Love. Just fantastic. I love it. And then we have Live Magic. Very good live album. Essentially, this is just a condensed version of the Live at Wembley album. So yeah, there is a lot of edits on here. A lot of the songs are like edited, so they're a lot shorter than the versions that are on the double album. Yeah, it's still interesting. You know, if you want to just hear a shorter version of the album, this would probably be the way to go. But usually when I play, I usually just prefer to play this. So this is the full version, Live at Wembley, 1986. This is the full version. I got this just today, actually, from a charity shop. Because I already had Live Magic, which is the condensed version of this. But yeah, this has everything on it that was from that concert. So it's better to have the whole thing than to have a condensed version. And being a huge Queen fan, I mean, they are one of my top favourite bands. You know, I adore them. Although sometimes I say the Beatles are my favourite, or the Rolling Stones. I mean, it's a three-way tie between those bands that are my favourite. I just can't choose. I've got The Miracle. Another underrated album, I feel. not a big fan of the cover, especially the eyes. It looks a bit creepy. It looks like they're staring at you. But it's a great album though. It's got The Miracle, I Want It All, Invisible Man, Breakthrough, Was It All Worth It, Party, Khashoggi Ship. You know, it's a great album. You get some bonus tracks on here. You get Hang On In There, which I think was a B-side. I think it was the B-side of I Want It All. And then we get Innuendo. This is the last studio album that Queen put out before Freddie passed away. So yeah, it's a very sad album. It's a great album, but it's very sad as well. Because at this time, you know, Freddie knew that his time was limited. He knew that he was very ill at this point. He knew that he could go at any minute. It's just really sad. But considering his health at the time, he sings really well on this album. You know, the title track is brilliant. I'm Going Slightly Mad, Headlong. These Are the Days of Our Lives, which is kind of like a goodbye song. You know, it's a lovely song, and it's really sad as well. And so is Show Must Go On. That's another song that he wrote about his health. Yeah, great album. And then we get Made in Heaven. So this was released after Freddie Mercury passed away. So it's basically songs from the Innuendo sessions that basically didn't make it onto the album, that didn't quite make the cut. And then yeah, the surviving members of Queen, they put this together. Yeah, a lot of Queen fans don't really like this, but I love it. Some really good songs on here. It's a Beautiful Day, Mother Love, which was actually the last ever song that Freddie Mercury recorded, but he never actually finished the song. I think he recorded like the first 3 verses of the song, but he got really tired, so he went home and said that he'd come back and finish it, but sadly he never did. So the last verse of that song is actually sung by Brian May, because Freddie Mercury passed away before he could record the last verse, so Brian May finished the song, so he sang the last verse of that. What else we got? I Was Born to Love You, Heaven for Everyone, Let Me Live, You Don't Fool Me, Too Much Love Will Kill You. It's just a really underrated album. It's not really a rock album. You know, it's very downbeat. But it's a lovely album. And the last of my Queen CDs, this is the 3-disc greatest hits set. So it comes in this cardboard slipcase. And you've got because originally these of course were released separately, so you got Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. But then eventually they released them in this set, the Platinum Collection. And yeah, this is good for the casual fan. If you're just a casual fan and you want the best of the best, this is a great collection to get. It's good for me as well, because it does have, especially Greatest Hits Volume 3, there's a lot of songs on here that were not on the studio albums. And also, it also has some single edits, like some of the songs on the albums that were released as singles. The single versions were edited differently. So on here you get the single edits, so that also makes this collection worthwhile. And so, but yeah, it's also good for the casual Queen fan, or if you want to get into Queen, and I guess this is a really good place to start. So yeah, that's the Queen CDs. And then I have one cassette tape. This is Greatest Hits. This is the first volume. And yeah, it's on a yeah, I showed this in my cassette collection recently. It's a homemade tape, but I had the cover printed out. There's this website where you can make inlay cards for cassette tapes. And I've got a few DVDs here. So like concert DVD. So this one's live at the Milton Keynes Bowl from 1982. So yeah, it's still got the Oxfam price sticker on it. Yeah, £2.99. See, I believe this was the tour that they went on to support the Hot Space album. So yeah, it's got 2 discs. And I've also got the Live at Wembley concert on DVD as well. This is just a great concert. And this is what's known as the Magic Tour. So this was the concert they did to support the Kind of Magic album. And this also comes with 2 discs, because they did 2 concerts. They did one on a Friday, and then they did the Saturday concert as well. So yeah. Yeah, it's a great DVD. And I also have Live in Budapest, Hungarian Rhapsody. So yeah, this comes with the DVD of the concert, and it also comes with the CD as well. So that's the DVD, and then you get 2 CDs in there. So that's really good. And then last but not least, I have the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, which this is just a great film. You know, I was really excited about this film when it was, because I didn't become a Queen fan through this movie. I was a Queen fan before this film, so you know, it's one of these films I was super hyped up about this, and yeah, I loved it. It's not totally accurate, but then again, most biopics are not 100% accurate anyway, but great film. I think they chose brilliant actors to play the band members, especially Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. I think he did an excellent job. I think he nailed it. And also on the bonus, you also get the full, you get the complete Live Aid performance that they did as well. So that's really, really good. I like the DVD as well. It looks like a golden vinyl. So yeah, that is my Queen collection. Hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Take care.